Good morning, and welcome to the wonderful world of morning. Now just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hello.
Hello?
I couldn't think of a lot to talk about tonight, so I went through some of my old journals, and I came upon what some of Craig's Stims were when he was 5. And I thought I would share those with you and see how they compared to what your children's Stims were at that age. Now, when Craig was 5, he craved pressure on his face. I think I've mentioned before that he would press objects to his mouth. He also would press his chin or his forehead against us. And I don't know how I forgot about that. I actually would have little bruises, Stephanie would too, on our arms up here from where Craig would stick his chin into us, like pretty hard. Like it was pretty intense. We called it chinning. I remember saying, no chinning.
No chinning.
He also made this E sound, all this E. That was his big Stims back then.
Yeah, and if you do that, you kind of understand why because it zoned out his environment. I mean,
just do that. Yeah.
Do that kind of in your head. You can it just has a different feel in your head.
That's true.
Like reverb.
That's true. I never thought about that. And
he's being crazy.
I think it's very common for people with autism to crave pressure for whatever reason that is.
Or I think the weighted blanket.
But Craig didn't like the weighted blanket.
Nope.
And I remember at school they tried a weighted vest, and he didn't care for that either.
Yeah, they did wraps and stuff like that.
And it was supposed to be calming, and I guess that must have been the end result of his pressure with his chin. I would note he'd do it a lot when we were in public, so I'm guessing it was a coping mechanism.
The dogs are being crazy.
They are.
And I quit. Sit.
I also found a cute story, and this was when Craig was 5. We had went to a family reunion, and Stephanie ended up going home with one of Joe's sisters because she had a little girl around Stephanie's age. And Craig fell asleep when he got home. And when he woke up, he kept telling me he wanted to go to the car. He would say, "Car, I want the car." And I asked why. And his response would be, "Because Stephanie." And he wanted us to get in the car and go to get Stephanie. I had forgotten that he was that attached to her at that age.
He might have thought we forgot her.
Yes. Stephanie always has been attached to Craig. I mean, she was from very early on. But I didn't remember that Craig was so attached to her. And so when we went to get her, Craig was so excited that he jumped in the back seat with her. That's all I have to share. Unless you can think of anything else.
Oh, I'm supposed to do that.
Oh, yeah. And Craig, I have a question for Joe here. The question for Joe is from someone that said they filled their bird feeder with sunflower seeds only, and all they're attracting is sparrows. So they wanted to know what they could add to attract more of a variety of birds without adding a second feeder.
That's kind of weird because sparrows, and I'm not a bird expert by any means, but what I've read and what I've witnessed at my house is sparrows don't like sunflower seeds, so there must be just enough of something else in that mix to attract the sparrows. Sunflower seeds is one thing you put in to deter having sparrows around. So sunflowers your cardinals and grosbeaks. If you've ever seen a grosbeak, I always say it's one of my favorite birds. They're almost like they have a tuxedo on. They're black across their back. Their chest is all white, and they got like a tuft of red right here. They're in the cardinal, or not the cardinal family. They're in the Thrashers, I think it is. The same thing as Robins and everything. They're in that family. We have those here in Iowa, and they're just gorgeous. But anyway, I'm getting off subject. I'm not really sure what kind of tube feeder you've got. If you get the ones with just the ports on them, what you're attracting is small birds. Because a cardinal, you might have if the perches are too small, the cardinals can't land on it. If there's no perches at all, like your blue jays, your cardinals, the grosbeaks, none of those birds will come to that feeder because they can't attach and hang on them. If you had woodpeckers around, they would, but then they don't much care for sunflower seeds. They're looking for peanuts. If you've seen woodpeckers in your tree, and you'll know those, or nuthatches, the ones that hang on the bark and bounce kind of around, they love peanuts. Shelled peanuts, cracked peanuts, and like halves and things like that. Blue jays love them, absolutely love them. The blue jay, well, I don't know where they put them. They'll land on the feeder and they'll eat, they're not that big, and they'll eat like 6-7 peanuts, fly off, and they'll be back after a while and eat that many more. And I'm like, God, that's a lot of dense food for a bird. So I'd say maybe shake it up a little bit and get a mixture that is less sunflower seeds. And if you don't have perches on it, you could try to put a wood dowel through and give them something to sit on. And if you could make a bigger one so larger birds could sit on it. That's about the only advice I have for that without actually knowing what kind of feeder it is.
And the next question Joe got was, what kind of budget does he have for just sipping bourbon?
I'm assuming what they're talking about there is like what are the value of your daily drinkers, is what bourbon people like to say. Mine's maybe a little bit on the high end. I like a lot of bourbons that are finished in like sherry casks and things like that. Finishing is after the bourbon's been aged in the new charred oak barrels. Everybody knows on bourbon, that's what that is. They'll then they'll age them additionally in something else. They'll do them in wine barrels. They'll do them in sherry barrel. They call them casks. Different things like that. You can finish them in like a lot of different stuff like that. I'm sorry, I kind of lost my train on it. But valuation, the stuff I sip on is $60 to $120. But that's why you sip. That's why I don't, that's sipping whiskey. You don't have to have very much, and you just sit and enjoy the flavor. You can have like a small 1 ounce pour, and it might take you 30 minutes if you're talking with friends or something to sip that. That's the great thing about it, is, not very many calories. It's not like drinking, 2 beers in the same amount of time. So, and the nuances of, trying to figure the flavors out and everything is just so much fun.
Like black Sharpie or red Sharpie.
Yeah. Is this paper mate?
And also you have to tell about the Duke. You did taste the Duke.
Oh yeah, I couldn't resist. I was gonna wait for my brother-in-law to come over, but it was looking like it might be a few weeks. So my son-in-law actually came over, and we got a little tradition when on Wednesdays they go play volleyball, watch the girls, and then he went through a really big winning streak when they were playing volleyball if he tried one of my bourbons. And so now he's gotten where he's kind of got a taste for them. So it was out and he was looking at it, and I'm like, you want to open that? Yeah. So we opened it up and we took a couple tastes off of it. It's really good. It's only, I think it's was it a 98 proof? Little low for what I like, about 102 to 112 is kind of in my wheelhouse on proofs or on bourbons. It has a really good profile. I get the typical caramels, vanillas. It's got a real nice oil when you spin it. But there's one little flavor at the end, and it was on every sip I took that I could not pinpoint. So that'll be what I'll sit down with Rich, and we're gonna figure out what that taste is that it finishes with, because it had me stumped. So yeah, 2 thumbs up.
So that's Birds and Bourbon for tonight.
Yeah.
There's some more questions, but we'll
I
answer
know
those
we were
at
opening
another
up
time.
this Pandora box on that. So
So that's really all that we have tonight. If you have any subjects you would like us to discuss, I would welcome some ideas. Just email us at ourdailyview1992@gmail.com. Today had kind of a quiet day. The girls ended up going to the zoo with their mom and dad. And so we stayed home and worked on some projects. And Craig and I, we made some pudding, and we made some beer bread.
oh, that was good.
Yeah, Craig really enjoyed that. So that will be in the vlog today. And with that, we will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Peace.
Morning, Craig.
Morning, Mama.
What do you want to do today?
Livy and Josie are going to the zoo.
They are. What would you like to do?
I don't know.
I think we're going to make some beer bread.
Beer bread?
Yeah, so we can make the croutons to go with our soup.
Okay.
Remember the beer bread? That's what we bought at the farmer's market.
Yep.
It doesn't really taste like beer.
Oh.
You just use beer to make it.
No.
Well, it cooks out, though.
When they come home. When they go into the zoo?
Yeah, after they go to the zoo, we'll do that.
After lunch?
Yeah, we can do that after lunch. And we'll see what else we think of to do today.
Okay.
Livy had to have Uncle Craig come down to draw her a picture so she can color it.
How's that?
It's a light yellow elephant.
I might want to take it off.
You might want to take it off.
She what?
She saw a bug.
Oh, where's it at? Point. I'll get rid of him. I think he's gone now. Go ahead and fill him up. Here. Where? Oh, that little bitty thing?
Livy's going through her
I
fear
killed
of
him.
bugs right now.
All right, he's gone. He's dead. Put some in that one first, okay? No, 2. Only put 1 scoop more in this one, okay? This little one, not a lot of birds goes away.
Whenever Livy's here, she has to help Papa with feeding the birds. She's almost a pro by now.
Hi everyone, this is Craigie Forever here, and today we're making cheddar beer bread.
So our first step, Craig, is we need 3 cups of flour in that yellow bowl.
3 cups?
Yep. You level it off. No, that's too much. You got to level it off.
How's that?
Nope. It's got to be straight across. That. You should have a knife to level that with.
How's that?
Does it look level? Now, can you take your finger and swipe it across? There you go.
I'm adamant! Good.
Our next ingredient is 3 tablespoons of sugar. Where's the sugar?
This one?
Mm-hmm.
How's that?
That's good.
1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and now we need 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Can you find a teaspoon measurer in there?
This one?
If it says 1 teaspoon.
Yeah.
Okay, now we need 3 of those, or 2 of those in here. Okay, put it in. Okay, then we need to add 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese, which we have right here. We're using extra sharp cheddar.
No.
A little more. That's good. Okay, now pour that in with the other ingredients. Okay, you get a spoon from back there to mix it with.
This one?
No, over there. Yeah, hold on, Craig. Over there.
Sure. One spatula.
Yeah, that's fine. Mix that up a little bit, and then we're going to pour in that can of beer. And this is what we're using because this is what we have. It's been in the fridge downstairs for quite a while. Okay, now you want to slowly pour the beer into that.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and it's not okay. Yeah.
How's that?
You got to pour it all in. And then just mix it up with the spatula. You just got to mix it good. Okay, right now Craig's melting 3 tablespoons of butter.
I'm a very good cooker.
You are very good. And the recipe says to put half of the melted butter in the bottom of the pan, and then to put the other half of it on top of the batter once we get it in the pan. Okay, can you bring that bread pan over here, Craig? Thank you. Okay, so now I want you to get a tablespoon of that melted butter and put it in the bottom of this pan. And maybe just a little bit more. There you go. Okay, now it says to spread that around. Oh, no more. No. That goes on the top now. Leave that in there for now, okay? And it says to spread this around. So just make sure it coats the bottom of the pan. And then I want you to can you put the batter into the pan. There we go. That's what it looks like. Can you kind of push it down so it's all across the pan? All right. Get that all. And now I have to tell you, this is the first time I've ever made beer bread, so I hope this is what the batter's supposed to look like. It looks good. It's sticky, but nice and firm. Okay, now Craig, I want you to spoon the rest of that melted butter over the top of that dough. Yeah, just drizzle it over there.
No. Oopsie.
It's okay.
No.
Okay, it's all ready to go in the oven. It says to bake it at 350 for 45 to 50 minutes. Craig's
Okay, now.
getting so brave about this. Right. Now we'll just set the timer for, can you tell Alexa to set the timer for 45 minutes?
Alexa, set the timer for 45 minutes.
Starting now. 45 minutes. Starting now.
Now we just have to wait. Should we make some pudding while we're baking the bread?
Sure.
So I thought we would make some pudding to go with our dinner tonight. And right now we have 6 graham crackers in this bag, and Craig is crushing them with the rolling pin. So we got those graham crackers all crushed up, and I'm going to have Craig put some in the bottom of each of the dessert cups.
It's so embarrassing.
That's probably good for that one. That's good.
Banana.
Okay. All right, then we'll save the rest for some topping. Just kind of.
But what's in for us?
So we've got a nice little graham cracker crumb on the bottom. And now we will mix up the pudding.
Cups.
Yes,
This one?
4 cups of milk. There you go.
Yay! What's that coming? What's that over there?
Okay. And we have kind of using up some things that we have in the house. We have this white chocolate pudding and some Jell-O cheesecake pudding. So we're going to use both of these together. So you got to open those and put that in. And we're also going to add some bananas. We have some overripe bananas. We're going to try adding those to our pudding and just see how it turns out. Craig loves bananas, so I think it's going to taste just fine.
Yeah. Hey, there's
The only thing we're missing is some Cool Whip. We might have to run to the store and get some of that.
What?
You don't want to go to the store?
No. I like it better.
You like it better without whipped cream?
Yep, they're good for me.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I won't. All right, now, do you want to shut the mixer? Nope, you got to pull that lever. Okay, and then just turn it on and we'll mix it up. All right, the pudding is getting thick, so I'm going to have Craig put these 2 bananas in here.
How many?
Put both of them in.
Peel them?
Yeah, peel, yes, please peel them and then just drop them in the, and then we'll just mix it all up. You could break them into a few pieces. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, now, Laddie. Ah. Sorry.
That's okay.
Dad's laughing.
And
I'm laughing.
mix it up again on high.
I'm laughing.
All right, we have it all mixed up and now we're spooning it into the dessert cups. Clean up. And the batter, the pudding at this point tastes like banana bread. It's really good. I hope it sets up good. I think it will. It's nice and thick.
Wow, you get one? But I don't like the sound of the water.
Craig, do you like Pokemon?
Yeah, I used to watch it on television.
Who was your favorite character?
Pikachu.
Yeah, we get asked that question a lot. Craig used to watch Pokemon a lot. He's never wanted to play Pokemon, but he used to like to watch it. So did Bennett. Bennett was really into Pokemon for a while. Probably into longer than Craig
Oh
was.
my gosh. By George.
We have the pudding cups filled, and now Craig's putting the crushed graham crackers on top. We've done this before, and I really like it. I like the graham cracker crumbs on the pudding. Gives it a little more texture. I didn't say to eat a spoonful. All right. And then we will just put those in the refrigerator until dinner time. Funny story about these glasses that we're using for the pudding. I bought a set of these through Heidi years ago, and as my kids were growing up, we always had them pudding or something in them on special occasions. When the kids got older, I got rid of them. And then one day, Stephanie was talking about how she remembered always having pudding in those and wanted to have them. And I already gave them away. So I actually hunted around Goodwill and thrift stores and purchased all that I could and gave some to her and some to Bennett and kept some here for some more special memories. Things that you don't think your kids remember. This is the part Craig's been waiting for. We got the beer bread made. And now we're going to toast it in our toaster oven to make croutons to go with our chili corn chowder soup. We did this before with some beer bread we bought from the farmer's market. This time we made our own and it was easy. I'm not sure it's as good as the one from the farmer's market. I think maybe we need to add a little more flour to our recipe or something. It's more dense, but it still tastes fine. Got it in our toaster oven. And shut the door, and then let's just set it to toast. It's probably going to take a little bit to do that, but we set it, turn it over. Let's try 10 minutes, okay?
Okay.
And we'll just wait for it to get done. The soup's done, the croutons are done, and Craig's excited to try it.
Mmm. Mmm.
What kind of rating do you give it?
2 thumbs up.
Craig's been waiting for this all day long.
Let's give it a taste.
Yep, it's time to try our dessert we made. How's it taste?
Delicious. It's time for questions.
Who is your favorite live-action Batman actor?
Adam West.
Do you want to see the Transformers movie?
No.
What's the next movie you want to see at the theater?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem.
And when does that come out?
August 2nd.
Can you give me a movie review for Up?
I say Up is the best one when they go up. I meant the characters, the story, everything's all great. I give a thumbs up on this.
Can you tell us something about the movie?
It's about an old man named Carl who wants to get away from it all to go to the jungles until he met a Boy Scout and befriends a tropical bird.
Who is your favorite Loud House character?
Luna Loud, the rock star.
And what makes you happy?
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll makes you happy?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Disneyland.
Time for Webkinville. You have to sit down. I can't see.
You know, we like you. Oh, how sweet. Do you like me? No, I'm stick on you. Oh.
Who are these?
Flossie and Hortensia.
What year did you get?
From
Floss?
the 2010s.
And how about Hortensia?
Same thing.
Same thing.
Yep.
Where'd you get them at?
Goodwill outlet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't you sit down.
The Preposterous Rhinoceros. Or Alvin's Beastly Birthday. Nobody remembered my birthday, thought Alvin. Why are you so sad? Asked Mom. Oh, it's nothing, replied Alvin. Why don't you take a look outside? I think I saw a toad driving down the road. I don't feel like going outside, said Alvin. But there's a rhinoceros looking quite preposterous, said Mom. A crocodile wearing a smile, and a goat wearing a polka-dot coat. I don't care what's out there. I'm not going out, said Alvin. But there's a walrus trying to call us. Flying fish flying out of their dish. Plus a bug living under a rug. An armadillo floating on a pillow. And some turtles clearing hurdles. What's the point in going outside, protested Alvin, when nobody remembered. But there was a pig wearing a wig, said Mom. A mouse as big as a house. And a snake eating a cake. A cake? What kind of cake? Asked Alvin. This time he got up and looked out the door to see. A birthday cake, everyone shouted. Then they all sang happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. And this is Craigie Favre saying, keep on having a great day and we'll see you
What
tomorrow.
do you want to do tomorrow?
What about the YMCA?
Yeah, we could go to the YMCA tomorrow.
Yep.
Anything else?
Charlotte's Kitchen.
We'll see.
Okay.